Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, all. Online students, is my voice is clear? Online students, could you please confirm? Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Okay. Sure, guys. Thanks for the confirmation and let's start the session. So before starting the session, yes. So before starting the session, just let's have a small few announcements are there. Okay. What are those, miss? First one, point number one, that some of you are facing the issue with the Google Drive. It is not opening in the mobile phone and getting the network connection issue, some connection issue in the Google Drive. So I have to check from the Google Drive and if possible, I'm going to re-upload one more time. And if the link is having some issue, miss, I'm going to change the link and I will update the new link also in the Google Classroom. I will modify that link and I will update the entire things. This is the point one. So who are facing the Google Drive connection issue, it will be resolved by afternoon. Okay. So morning I have received some mails and SMS from the students stating that there is a Google Drive connection issue. You are getting some kind of problem. Not only with your batch, all the batches are facing the same issue. Okay. Either the problem is in the Google Classroom or in the Naresh IT backend team or somewhere. I don't know exactly the problem. I have to check that one. And if possible, I'll change the link also. In that link, again, I'll add all the previous one. Again, I'll share the new link in the Google Classroom. Okay. Coming to the second point, in the Google Drive, again coming to the same Google Drive, the notes. What are the notes I have uploaded? That is yesterday's class based on the select command and also different commands. That is yesterday. What are the things we have done? Basically, I have uploaded that, but it is not reflecting. As some of the students are saying, it is not getting reflected in your laptops or mobile phones, but it is reflecting in my. So again, there is a problem with the Google Drive only. So I have to cross check that one and it will be resolved. 100% it will be resolved by afternoon. Okay, what are the everything related to SQL? It will be uploaded. Okay, along with the notes will be uploaded. Complete notes of SQL will be uploaded. Complete SQL notes, including our notepads also I will upload. The notepads also I will, what are the notepads I have taken for the SQL. I will copy everything into a single Word document and I will upload even that one also. All the notepads, complete SQL notes, including the notepads will be uploaded. Okay. Now, your normal regular notes, what are the regular notes is there? Notepads are there. And along with the task, based on the SQL, what are the tasks we have done? The task also will be uploaded. 3 of them will be uploaded. Since I'm having the issue with the Google Drive, once the Google Drive issue was resolved, so immediately the 3 things will be uploaded by afternoon. Let us take the, it will be uploaded by afternoon. Uploaded by maximum, you can take the time as 3 o'clock. Okay, this is the maximum limit of time. So once I have to check with the backend team and what is the problem or exact problem to identify, now it will take some time. So I'm giving the maximum time. This is max. Before to that only, and once it is uploaded, I'll share you the same information in the Google Classroom. So once I share whatever in the Google Classroom, you will get as a notification in your mail, whatever I do in the Google Classroom. So generally in the real life, when we work in the companies, we'll mostly have the Google mail only official communication rather than WhatsApp or something else. This will be there. So this is point number 2. Point number 3. Based this, I'm going to share you the task now. Try to complete this task by Sunday. So once it is uploaded, if possible, you can complete by today itself. This is the maximum time. Try to complete by today or maximum by tomorrow. Okay, by tomorrow. instead of going with the Sunday your normal enjoy time now, leave it. So this is like Saturday. Okay. Now by today or tomorrow, you try to complete the task. What are the questions I'm going to share? Around 40 questions will be there. And next test, we are going to have the SQL based test. Okay, we are going to have the SQL based test. One test will be there, and this test will be done. Okay, by on Monday. This test will be on Monday. Okay, after your regular class. So in today's class, what we are going to have in today's class, what we are going to have in the next class. In next two classes, we are going to complete the SQL. So in today's class, I'm going to discuss with you the remaining commands like insert, how you can insert the data. Main this one only to do the data modification. So in today's class, we are going to completely discuss about the data modification, how to insert the data, how to update the data with a single value or multiple values, or at a time complete columns or complete rows, and at the same time how to delete a particular row or how to delete a particular column. Already I have discussed with you how to drop a column and how to delete a row, everything. Okay, so in today's class we are going to discuss this one, and in the Monday's class, tomorrow there is no class, Monday. So Saturday, Sundays will not have the class, right? So on Monday's class, I'm going to discuss with you. Today is Friday only, na? Friday only, na? Okay. So by Monday, we are on Monday's class, we are going to discuss some kind of advanced concepts of SQL. That is subqueries, means within the query, again, we can write the one more query that is called as subqueries. As I've told you, once we connect to the Python in the there only will upload everything and there only will do the data cleaning. But here I'm going to explain for you the subqueries also, that is CTE we are having, and along with the stored procedures. So some advanced concepts of, though we don't use in the reality as a data analyst, but still, okay, we are going to discuss these things also because this is the part of the syllabus. Okay, so we are going to discuss even this one, because why we have included in the syllabus means in the syllabus they'll give the more priority for the SQL only. I mean, in the interviews, in the real interviews, they'll give the priority because for our easiness, we are connecting the database to the Python. And from the Python, in the pandas, we are going to load, and in the pandas, we are going to do the data cleaning or everything easily. That is easiness. That easiness we are doing. But even sometimes in the interview, you will get with respect to, they'll ask everything from the SQL only. So we are going to discuss these things on the Monday's class, advanced part of the things. And after discussing this one only, you will have the test. Not before to that. This test will be not in the class time. This is after the class time. You can take this after the class time, whether in the online students can take online, offline students you can take in the offline, but after the class. Okay, not during the class hours. Okay, after the class time, we can have one time, maybe around 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. In that 1 hour, you can stay back that 1.5 hours in the lab and you can practice. Offline students, you can go, every student can go to the lab and you can practice for that 1.5 hours and you can revise. And after that, at 12 o'clock, we can have the test. By the time 10:30 to 12 o'clock, my batch will be completed now. Again, you can come back by 12 o'clock and sit in the same classroom and you can take the test. Offline students. Online students, I'm going to upload the question paper in the online and you can take the test in the online, right, on Monday. So prepare well. So make sure that whatever you are preparing, not for the exam sake or not for the marks sake, you are preparing for the interview sake. Real-time interview of data analyst role you are preparing. And from here, I'm going to have the followed by statistics. And this upcoming Saturday, what are the next Saturday you are going to have? Saturday or upcoming test, what are you going to have now? That test will include the coding test with Python and SQL. So properly prepare for everything. And these tests are 100%, 100 out of 100%, it will be helpful for your real interviews. For what purpose you are sitting in the class? In order to crack the interviews and get the very good job. For that purpose, make sure that you are preparing properly. Don't prepare for exam sake of one, from exam point of view, only for marks point of view. Prepare for interview point of view. This preparation has to be completed for interview also. In the before to interview, you have to do only revision. In that way, you prepare. Is the points are clear now, everyone? So these are the small things. Yeah. Others, could you please confirm is my voice is clear or it is low? It is clear only now? Done. Yeah, might be. Yeah, could you please relog in once again, Chetan? The issue is with you only. As others are confirming, is my voice is clear. Okay, guys, done. And some of the students, fourth point, as yesterday in the chat box, one of the student and some students has even sent me the mail that give us time for preparing or something. Actually, you are having after 1.5 hour class, everything is preparation time only now. But still, as some of the students are asking to go into the advanced concepts, that is Monday we are going to see these advanced concepts now. That is the reason today I'm going to complete only this one, data manipulation concept only. Advanced concepts we can go on the Monday once you prepare. I'm going to give the time now for you. So today afternoon onwards to Sunday evening, you will have the time for your preparation. Okay? Yes. So you are going to get the time for your preparation. Whatever the preparation time is there. So after the class to Sunday evening, it is the preparation time. I'm going to share the task also, right? Today it will be uploaded. I told you the notes will be uploaded, notepads will be uploaded, and task also will be uploaded. And I ask you to complete the task by today or tomorrow. While practicing also, you can complete. Is the point is clear? So tomorrow there is no class. Next class is on Monday only. Okay? So it's clear now for everyone? All the things are clear, right? Anyone is having questions? If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Done. So in the last class, we have discussed with the various commands, how to create the tables, how to create the database, and within that, how to create the tables. And later we have seen the alterations and everything, right? Now, how to insert the values. For example, one more time, I'm creating a table. Why I'm creating one more time table means because yesterday I have deleted entire things, right? So just I'm going to create one more table here. Drop database Siva. So I'm going to have one table within that. The table is customers, as everyone knows, customers table. And this is the table, first table I'm going to create. And after creating this table, okay, I'm going to create the table, table number 1, and followed by, as one of the student is asking some question. Sir, recently we filled the Google form from one of the placement drive. Any update on that? No, you will not be eligible for that. That is for other batches. In a flow, they have sent for even for you, but it is not eligible. You are not eligible for that because without completing the course, you cannot have that. Okay. If they give the interview call, also waste of time because it is going to be only the practice for you, but there'll be no use on that. Okay. And resume building was not completed, mock interviews are not completed, and how you have to prepare in the interview was not completed, statistics was not completed. Just now, if you apply, what you'll get, you'll see how the real-time interview would be there. And you want to fail in the real-time interview to fail, no need to that. Even here also in the Naresh IT, we can conduct the mock interview. You can attend and you can fail. Okay, 100% if you go miss, it is going to be that one only. Because without completing anything, they'll ask advanced questions. You'll say that I don't know more question. For more questions, you'll say I don't know only. So there'll be no use. Okay. Now coming to the table, first I have created table number 1. Next I'm going to create the table number 2. Okay. Table 1 and table 2. And after creating the table 1 and table 2 and giving the connection between the tables, now what I'm going to do means, in terms of if any alterations are required, you know how to do the alterations. For example, alterations are not required. In that case, we are going to have in terms of like this, that is nothing but insert the data. We are going to insert the data. Now, how we are going to insert the data? Have you tried, instead of said, have you tried? By adding one more primary key, have you tried? It is working or not working? Okay, let us check. Okay, after the class, show me the laptop and what is the code you have written. Show me the query. We'll discuss. Right? Now, next, insert into customers. So here I'm having the customers table. So before going with the customers table, let us see the describe function. Describe customers. Okay, describe customers. This is the customers table where you are having customer ID, first name, last name, email address, and number of complaints, where customer ID is having with the auto increment. And this first name is accepting null values, email last name is accepting null values, but email address is not accepting the null values, and even number of complaints are also accepting the null values, and these are the data types. Okay, now let us start inserting some data. How to insert a single record? Now insert into customers table values. Now what are the values I have to write? Total in the customers table, how many columns are there? 5 columns are there. What are the columns? Customer ID, first name, last name, email address, and number of complaints. So total 5 values are there. So here I'm going to provide the 5 values. That is 1, Shiva, Ram, s@gmail.com, and 0. Here you no need to write any column names because all the 5 columns you are using, automatically positional argument it will apply, and 1 will be cited for customer ID, and Shiva will be cited for first name, Ram will be cited for last name, s@gmail.com will be going with the email address, and 0 will go with the number of complaints. In this way, we are going to insert the data. Right? Now, double quote, even single quote or double quote. Right? Now, next, how to insert the multiple values. If you want to insert the multiple rows at a time. Okay, instead of inserting one single row, I want to insert the multiple rows. So insert into customers, you can insert the multiple rows at a time. 2, that is Shiva Sai Teja @gmail.com. Next, we are having 3, Shiva Sai SS@gmail.com, and followed by Pawan Kumar @gmail.com, and you are going to take Sandeep Reddy @gmail.com. Like this, you are going to insert the multiple values at a time. You can insert a single row, you can insert the multiple rows. Right? Now, what, sir, what if I remove one value from the line 176? So for example, if you are removing any one value, so here total 5 values are there. If it is default, okay, let us discuss that one later. First, let me complete this. How to insert the multiple values. Okay. Now, in this way, it is getting inserted. Now, the moment you insert the values, how you have to check whether it has got inserted or not means select star from customers. Select star from customers so that you can cross check the values. What are the values are there? You can cross check the values. Right? Now, for example, let us take one more. Now I want to insert a single record. Let's go with the single record. Okay. I'm not in the single record. I'm not going to give the first value. I have given total only 4 values. Now what happens means it is going to take like this. See, once I have inserted, it is saying that column doesn't match the value count at the row. Means total how many columns? 5 columns. For 5 columns, 5 values should be there. You have given how many? 4. Now here clearly you write what are the column names. So for example, you want to take this one as a first name. You write as a first name, last name, write as a last name, and email address. What are the email column name, email address, number of complaints, email address, followed by number of complaints. Next column name is number of complaints, comma, number of complaints. Now, see, automatically here, Siva will be going with the first name, last name with Ram, email address with 0, number of complaints with the 0. You're going to get the output in this way. So here, just observe unknown first name, spelling mistake. Okay, just see, here it is saying that s@gmail.com, because do you remember in the customers, I'm describing here customers, describe customers. In the customers, what you are having here is auto increment. Auto increment means for that, if you don't write also, it will take automatically. That is not a problem. First name will accept the null values or not? It will accept the null values. Here S is there now. It will accept. I have not given any constraint called as not null. So it will accept the null values. Last name, whether it will accept the null values. If I don't give, it will take automatically. Email address, if I don't give, it will take now null values will be accepted? No. So 100% email address you have to give. And for number of complaints, 0. And that too, email address is a unique. So here s@gmail.com, already s@gmail.com is available. So now I'm trying here sr@gmail.com. And now if I execute this one, see sr@gmail.com also available. srk. Let us try with srk@gmail.com. Okay. See, now it is impacted. Now it is clear. Now automatically 6 number, though I have not given the next number, it has taken the next number. Why 6 and 7 was not taken means because of the error. You have executed, but 6 you have got with the unique value error. 7 record also you got with the unique value error. Now you can try with the 6 and 7. For example, now here I'm going to remove the number of complaints. Now here I'm writing with the 3 only. Now tell me what happens. First name will be cited as Siva. Last name will be cited as Ram. Email address, you should write with unique value now. So I'm writing as PSRK. Now whether it is accepted or not. First name can be repeated or not? Repeated, because there is no unique. It can be repeated. Last name can be repeated? Yes, repeated. Email address can be repeated? No. But I have given anyways unique value. Next, number of complaints, what it is going to take? 0. What about the customer ID? Number 9. Automatically it is going to take the number 9. And if you execute this one, see, you're going to get the answer as this one as 9, Siva, Ram, PSRK @0 was taken default. Okay. Now I have not given email first name and email address also I have not given. Only email address. Only email address, and that too you have given the email address as, like, let us take like this, psr@gmail.com. Now what happens? First, let me tell first customer ID. What about the customer ID? Automatic 10. What about the first name? Null, because it will accept the null values. So null. What about the last name? It accepts the null value, null. What about the email address? It cannot accept the null value, that two unique values only. So I have given compulsory. What about the number of complaints? 0. So let us try this one. And again, let us see this one. Now you have, is that okay? Null values. Clear now for everyone? 10th record why you got the null values. So you can now, if you don't write here any column name, then what you have, how many values you have to give? 5 values. All the 5 values you have to give. For auto increment, if you are not interested to give for the auto increment, then what you have to do is 4 columns you have to select here. 100% you have to write the 4 columns. If you don't write the 4 columns, then one time only now, you are writing only one time now. You are not writing for multiple times now. Though you are inserting the multiple columns also, first time you have to write the 4 columns. Is the point is clear now, everyone? How to insert the data? What if I change the sequence? Even if you change the sequence also, for example, here I'm writing the first name. Instead of first name, I'm writing the email address, as one of the student is asking. If I change the sequence, email address, comma, last name. Only for email address and last name. So email address I'm going to take as pk@gmail.com. That should be unique. And last name I'm going to take as Rama. Okay, I'm going to take as Rama. Now, what happens? The record. First, coming to the, with respect to this customer ID. What about the customer ID? Auto increment. So see here. Okay, PK is again available. PKR. Okay. So now see here, you can observe clearly in terms of last record will go with the, whatever the last record you are having. This is PKR where Rama was selected in the last name, positional arguments. So email address was selected this one, last name was selected this one. Is your question is clear? Ravi Kishan. If you change the order, it will take automatically. Why number 12 where there is number 11? I told you now, if whenever you get an error, because you are trying to insert the data, when you are trying to insert the data, automatically it has given the 11 and automatically it has given with respect to the error with the email address. That is the problem with the unique values. Okay, is the point is clear now? That is the way to insert the data. Either you can insert the single record or you can insert the multiple records in this way. When you want to insert all the 5 values, then you don't need to write the column names. If you are interested to fill the values which are not null and unique, that one is compulsory. Default and auto increment you can take as an optional. That is your choice. Not whichever is not null, which column is not null, which column is unique, 100% that particular column you have to properly fill. Is that clear now? How you can know which column is not null or which column is unique means? First you describe the table. In that you can see clearly which one is not null, which one is the primary key, which is the unique key, which one is auto increment, everything you can see first. First describe. After that insert. Without knowing what is the table name and what columns are there, for what constraints are there, without knowing anything, blindly we can't go now. First we should know that. Is the point is clear for everyone now? Your question is clear? నెక్స్ట్ ఆటోమేటిక్గా సీరియల్ నెంబర్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోద్ది. ఆటో ఇంక్రిమెంట్ కదా, ఎందుకంటే అది okay. Is the point is clear now? But it should not be repeated. Primary key was given, but it should not be repeated. It is by default not null plus unique. Every primary key is unique automatically. Unique constraint. Accept null. Here I have given with respect to here. Can you see while creating the table, I have given clearly it is not null. Generally unique values will accept the null values also, but I have given the constraint here. Generally unique value will accept the null values. If, for example, if I have not given this one, whatever you are saying now, it will accept that. Okay. Since I have given here null in the constraint, that is the reason. That is the reason I show you the describe customers. Though you don't see the table, you have forgot the table and everything. At least first see the describe customers. Later you decide, right? Is the point is clear enough for everyone now? Sir, for every time we should use underscore and comma. What underscore and comma? Email address I'm using. Okay, I'm going as per the syntax of the pandas, because what are the syntax I'll use here and the same syntax, because I'll fix the column names as per the variable names, wherever it is. And last semicolon is compulsory. That is the end of the query. So like this, you are going to add the data. 1 minute. Records also clear. Now, insert into. Yes, we can even do in the pandas also. Ravikishan, unnecessarily don't divert. Unnecessarily confuse it will happen. So that is the reason here I'm not showing in the pandas. For every query, whatever you write, any query you write, that can be done in the pandas. Maybe in 1 line or 2 lines, that is different, but it can be done. I'm not saying here, sir, how to complete in pandas in a single line. Some queries we can complete in a single line in pandas, something we can complete in the 2 lines or 3 lines, but it will be completed. Anything, whatever you are doing in the SQL, it can be done in the pandas also. Whenever I say the pandas, most of the students, what they'll think is everything will be completed in a single line. No, it is not possible. Some problems or some programs may not be completed. Means, do you think that one query was completed in single line means one project also will be completed in single line? Now, do you know that one of my student has asked me the question, sir, whatever the entire Jupyter notebook I have done, no sir, analysis and something I have done now. Sir, this entire Jupyter notebook, these many lines I have written now, can I write in 1 line of code now, sir? He asked the question. I told that yes, it is possible. How, sir? Copy everything into a single cell. Okay? Cell also single only. I'm not saying 1 line code only. Code is 1 line only. See, I'm going to ask how many lines you have taken. Sir, total around 150 lines are there, sir. Okay, first copy all the 150 lines in a single cell. Copied. On the above, add the def. Def function name with no arguments. Okay, call that function with no arguments. Completed. That function, sir, that function was available here only, no, sir. In the Jupyter notebook, 150 lines also available now. Oh, that is also should not be available. Okay. Copy this entire Jupyter notebooks, what are the 150 lines of cell is there in the function you have copied now. Keep that one in a notepad and convert as a user-defined module. Import and call that function in 2 lines, everything will be completed. The entire answer will be displayed. Okay, as per his requirement, right? But after doing that one, sir, it is not looking good, sir. That is the reason why we have not discussed in the class, sir. I told that one only. So because if you have written also, he has made simplified, but output whatever it is displaying now, everything, all the things are displayed means he only not understand what he has done. So every time we have to see the output, from that we have to write the next question. You have to write the next question, next way we have to think means first for previous one, what is the answer we should know. Without knowing that one, if you go to the next one, there is no use. Right? Now, coming to the same example, insert into customers values. Here, how many values I have given? 3 values. I have not given the column names. Without giving the column names, I have given 3 values. What happens? It is going to give the error. You can insert 3 values as possible, but you have to write clearly the 3 column names. Because how it will know which 3 values these are? Whether it is 6 is a customer ID, whether 6 is a number of complaints, whether 6 is a name, whether 6 is a email address, how? Sir, 6 is a customer ID. You are understanding how SQL will understand. So you have to write here clearly the column names. Without writing the column names, by default, it will take the 5 column names. And here 5 values should be there. If it including the auto increment, with including the default value also. So default value anyways, I have given default now. You know that one. Then write here 4 column names. 5th column automatically will take the default value of 0. Write 4 column names clearly. Sir, first column is auto increment. No, sir. That one also clear now. Don't write first column. Don't write last column. First one automatic increment will take. Last column default will take. You write the remaining 3 columns here and you insert 3 values only here. Why to write first number? Why to write last number? It will take automatically now. Is the point is clear now? Next. So insert into customer ID, first name, last name, then only it will work. In the case of other than 5 values, if you want to insert means clearly you have to write the column names. Okay. Next one is insert is clear now for everyone. How to insert the data, single record, multiple records. Everything is clear now. Now, next we are going to see the update. Next one is called as update. Third one is called as delete. Add, replace, delete. These three comes under data manipulation. Next, we are going to do the update. How we are going to update? Update customers set where the customer ID is equal to 6. Now, first, let me check whether 6 is available here. In our case, 6 is not there. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write SRK. 8. Okay. So now here I'm going to take the customer ID is equal to 8. What is customer ID 8 means? This is the customer ID 8. In this, it is going to set the email address is equal to sk@gmail.com. Means it is going to modify this srk@gmail.com to sk@gmail.com. If it is not available, let us cross check whether sk is available. Sk is not there. So it is going to update. It will be updated. Otherwise, it is already unique value now. Unique value means again it will throw the error that sk@gmail.com is already available. So now let us cross check whether it is updated or not. So earlier what is the here we are having is srk. Now what you are having is sk@gmail.com. Like that, not only this one, even you can replace the Ram with Rama. How to replace Ram with Rama? Within the 9, customer ID 9. Update customers, set last name. You are going to set the last name is equal to Rama, and where the customer ID is equal to 9. And now this is the output. And let us cross check. In the 9, what are the customer ID 9 is there? It was replaced. Is the point is clear now? Sorry. Yeah, this in this we are not having that option of zoom. Either I have to copy, if you are unable to see this, I will copy this one here into the Word document, and in the Word document I can do the zoom, whatever the zoom size you want. But directly in the SQL it is not possible. Here it is not possible. There is no option. Sorry. Only to one thing I can say. I can give the remote and my laptop. If you know anything, miss, come. I will give the remote and laptop. Both I will give. Whatever you want, you can do without disturbing the present one. Okay. If you know something, miss, try. What is the wrong? Just give a try. I have tried. It is not working. If you know, miss, something, you can try now. Hey, I'm not saying wrongly. Just I'm asking you to try because I don't know. I'm saying that I don't know how to zoom. In the Python, I can do the zoom like this. Why? My laptop touch screen is working due to the touch. Okay. Anyways, done. It is clear now, at least. When compared to previous one, it is better, right? So just we are going to have in terms of update customers, last name is equal to Rama. And where the customer ID. Here also let us try. Here it is not working. Okay. So Shiva and Rama. Okay. Rama was modified. Similarly, now if I want to do modification at a time, two things, two values I want to modify. Okay. With the same customer ID. So customer ID. So I'm going to give here the customer ID, update customers, set email address is equal to shk@gmail.com, and number of complaints is equal to 3, wherever the customer ID is equal to 9. So in the customer ID 9, here psrk@gmail.com, it has to be converted to shk@gmail.com, and number of complaints also it has to be converted to 3. In the same row, two values I'm trying to modify. So how to modify two values within the same row is in this way. Again, I'm going to cross check my answer by using the select, and let us see. Yes, it has modified. Both of them are modified. So like this, you can modify the two values within the same row at a time. You can set the email address with the new value and number of complaints also with the new value, right? Next, if you want to replace anything null, if you want to give with the null, so then you're going to write here null. Why? So if already the value is available and you want to give the null, so email address wherever the customer ID is equal to 9, this one I want to change to null, but email already I have given as not null constraint. So since I have given already not null constraint for email address, I will try for the this last name. Last name can be in terms of null, na? So last name is equal to null, means instead of Rama, I want the null. So you can replace with the null value like this, and you can cross check. So in the 9th customer ID, you can see with respect to null. Okay, earlier it is non-null, now it is null. You can replace. Why? Because last name is accepting the null values. Such same logic is you are applying on the email address means it will not work, or you are applying on the customer ID also, it will not work because both of them are not null. The constraint are applied with the not null. So whichever the columns are consist of null values, for that you can replace with the null, right? Next, if you want to update all the values in a single column with a single value, entire column with a single value. Okay. Now, how you are going to update means by using like this, update customers, set number of complaints is equal to 0. Don't write where. Means all the number of complaints will be set to 0. And you are using safe update mode and you tried to update a table without where. You are using the safe update mode and you try to update without a where, that uses a key to disable safe. So again, you have to go to the safe mode. It is I'm in the safe mode. Okay, yesterday I told you now. In my laptop, I have done some modification by keeping this one in the safe mode. Again, I have to go and back and configure that one. Again, I have to disable the safe mode. Then only it will work. But in your case, it will work. Don't worry. Okay. Safe mode వస్తుందా? Safe key. Okay. So update customers, set number of complaints is equal to 0. So first disable the safe mode, then automatically this query, then you are going to get this answer. Okay. And next, how to delete a particular row in a table. How you can delete a particular row is delete from customer tables where customer ID is equal to, you are going to write the customer ID. The customer ID is equal to 9. Now, once you execute this one, it is getting deleted. That particular query will be deleted. I mean, that particular row. Okay. If you want, you can cross check by using the select star from the customers. 9 will be deleted. And next, if you want to delete instead of single row, if you want to delete all the rows, truncate table customers. Truncate table customers. So again, foreign key constraint is there. So foreign key constraint is there means in terms of customer ID and this one. Again, I told you how to drop the foreign key, the connection, how to drop the connection and how to drop the foreign key. Then only you can do the truncate. Now, so here, why you are getting this kind of issue means if you observe here in the tables, I'm having the customer ID. What are the customer IDs? Similarly, sales table also is there. Let us see the select star from sales. Now in the sales, did we enter any value? No. But still, though there is no number also, still you are having the problem. What is that problem is in terms of since both are connected to each other. So for in this case, what we have to do? First, you have to drop the foreign key. For that, first what you have to do, you have to drop the connection. Drop the foreign key, whatever the foreign key or connection is there, drop the foreign key. Once you drop the foreign key, then connection will be dropped and later you can do the truncate. Truncate table customers means what is the meaning? It is going to delete all the records. Every record will be deleted. Like this, you can do the modifications in the data set. That is either insert, update and delete. 3 of them. Okay, you can insert the data, single record, you can insert multiple records. You can similarly update the single value, you can update the multiple values. Similarly, you can delete a single row, you can delete all the rows. Okay, now, so this is, sir, I want to delete the multiple records. For example, you want to delete some kind of multiple records. Do you remember in the last class we have discussed in the where there is an operator called as is. Okay, in, not in. Do you remember that one? Is not, in, not in. Now customer ID in. Okay, in. You are going to take what are the different customer IDs we are having? Let us select customers. What are the various customers we are having means. So I want to drop in terms of 1, 2 and 3. These are the things I want to drop. So it is going to identify wherever this is customer ID is equal to 1, 2, 3, those records are dropped. And if you collect with respect to select star means 1, 2, 3 are dropped. Not only 1, 2, 3, you can select whatever the numbers you want as per your choice. Sir, I want to take from here to here between, where customer ID between 5 to 25. So those records will be dropped between. If you are using in means selected records, it will be selected records. So like that, you can delete a single record, you can delete a selected records, you can delete the multiple records in the sequential order by using the between. Is the point is clear? So already we have discussed in operator and between operator, how to use, and by adding the where only. Between also should be applied with the using the where customer ID between 5 and 25 and 5 and 25. So it between 5 and 25, what are the customer IDs are there? Everything will be dropped. Like that, you can drop the multiple records. While updating or deleting, you have to use the primary key. You have to select the primary key while deleting or updating. Okay, that is with respect to data manipulation. So in the last class, we have discussed in terms of what are the queries we I have executed means in front of you in the last class. Create. After that, alter. In the alter, I told you what are the alterations we can do. So what are the alterations we can do means we can change the data type. This is the first alteration. So we can do in terms of change we can add the constraint. We can add constraints and we can drop the constraints. What are the constraints are there? We can add the constraints. And next, constraints are different to different now. For example, if non-null is there, non-null to you can't change that one. Non-null you have to drop. Constraints cannot be changed because non-null constraint is different and with respect to default constraint is different. So if you add a new constraint, new non-null along with the default also will be added. Okay. Now you can add the constraint, you can drop the constraint. You can add the key, that is primary key or unique key. Unique you can add as a key or you can add as a constraint also. Constraint also unique. Unique can be used as a constraint. Unique can be used as a key. Unique key or unique constraint. Both the purposes it can be used. Okay. You can add the key and you can drop the key. You can drop. Similarly, you can add the primary key. You can add the primary key. What are the primary keys there? You can add the primary key. You can drop the primary key. Similarly, you can add the foreign key. You can add the foreign key and also you can drop the foreign key. And next, you can modify the column name. Modify the column name. And also you can modify the position of the column. Modify position of the column. These are the things which you can do in the alter. Sorry. Read only. That is not generally done by the that is admin now. Okay. Now next we are having in terms of what is the next command we have discussed is drop. In the drop, what are the things you can drop? You can drop the database. I mean, first you can drop the table. You can even drop the database also. Next we have discussed the rename. You can rename the table. Within the table, whatever the things are there, you can rename the table name. If you want to rename the column name, you are going to use the alter. Table name you want to rename is, you are going to use the rename command. And in the create also, we can create in terms of table, we can create the database. Create database, we can create the tables. Okay. Next, we have discussed about the truncate. Truncate means it is going to delete all the records in one shot. That is truncate. You are going to use the truncate table. What are the table you want? Which are the table you want to do the truncate? You are writing the truncate so that all the records will be deleted. Remove all the records, which is called as truncate. So before to that, first insert. How to insert the data? How to insert a single record? How to insert a multiple records at a time? And next we have discussed with respect to delete. How to delete a single record? How to delete the multiple records? That too multiple records with the sequential order. How to remove all the records of sequential order? That is by using the between operator. Between. And if you want to remove the multiple records without using the between means, then you are going to use as per your choice. You want to remove the multiple records as per your choice. Then in that case, you are going to use the in operator. Sequential order is that means between. Particularly as per your choice, you want to remove the some records means in. Like that, you are going to remove the multiple records. Right? And you can remove all the records by using the truncate. Next one is how to delete all records. That is by using the truncate. All the records will be removed. This is in terms of data manipulation. And along with the update, where you can update a single value, you can replace a single value, you can replace the multiple values. Okay. So where, it depends on the where. You are applying on a single row now, you are applying on the multiple rows. It's all depends on the where condition. Based on the condition only it is going to work. So where if you write if you take where with a single row value will be changed. If you write in the single instead of single row multiple rows if you have taken, it will change in the multiple rows. In the multiple rows it will be impacted. So for example, let's forget about the SQL. Again, I'll ask a silly question that is in the pandas. For example, you are having the age, gender, and here you are having the salary column. Some values are there. Now I want to replace this one with the age as 45. This one I want to replace with M. This one I want to replace with 20,000. Can you write in everything in a single line of code? Separately only now. Here also same way. In the pandas, how we are going to select ilog for this single value and we are replacing. Here also we are going to use the where with the customer ID 1. For this separately we'll write with the customer ID 2. For this we'll write separately for the customer ID of 5. Separately we'll write. For example, if you are using the df.ilog of index number 1, okay, row is 1, columns is everything. Now, how many values will be selected? Means 3 values will be selected. Now, right side, how many values you are going to give? 3 values you can give, or single value you can give. Same logic is applied here also, where in that, and you can replace with the multiple values. In that row only multiple values can be replaced. Okay, in one row some values, in another row some values, everything has to be completed in one single line of code. In whether in pandas it is possible, means no, separate queries only we have to write. Here also same way. Is the point is clear enough for everyone? So try to complete all these things whatever we have done till now, and in the Monday's class will be dead easy for you once you understand all these concepts. This is the with respect to basics to intermediate of SQL. Starting with the creating the table with the keys, constraints, values, everything. Right, guys? Done. If you are having any question, please, you can ask the question. What are the questions you are having? Sir, when we are going to do the project? Now, as one of the student is asking, when we are going to do the project, this, what are the IMDb data set is there now? On the IMDb data set, what are the queries I'm going to share you? If you execute the queries on that data set, that is called as project. In the company, if you work as a SQL and you have to extract the queries, what you have to write the queries as per the requirements. Either requirements you have to select or I have to give. Requirements, if you know the requirements, I want like this. First think one question in your mind. For that question, you write the query. According to the query, don't change the question. First, something you think in your mind. Whether that can be completed in a single query or multiple queries, that is secondary. But first you have to think in your mind. Some question you think in your mind. I want to do replacement like this. I want to modify. So what are the things was given to you? Okay. What are the IMDb data set was shared to you? That data set only is your project. For that data set, what are the queries you are going to execute? That is only called as project. In the company also one database will be given and we are going to write the queries. What is meant by project? Writing the various queries on the given data. Okay. Is the point is clear now? Done. If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave. That is the end of the session for today, and we'll continue in the tomorrow's class. Yeah, Vaibhav, please ask your question. Yeah, others you can leave. If no questions, you can leave. Okay. Bhumika is asking that in terms of SQL, while installing, you are getting some kind of error. Yeah, Bhumika, could you please connect to the admin, mentor once and share your screen? Because in your laptop, what kind of problem is there? I don't know now. Because most of the students has installed, right? So that problem should be from your end, 100%. If it is a common problem, I can address. For a particular laptop, what are the problem? It has to be by seeing only we can say that one. Right? Next. Yeah, others? No questions, you can leave. Vaibhav, how to import the IMDb? In the command line client, you are going to write the source, and you have to write the path. Along with the path, you have to write the imdb.sql in the command line client. You have to open the command line client. There you have to do 5 minutes. Mahesh, when will start the statistics sessions? Once the SQL is completed, most probably on Monday or Tuesday, we'll complete the SQL now. By Monday only we'll complete. If anything extends, means maximum on Tuesday. Once SQL is completed, immediately statistics. Mahesh. By next month, 15th or maximum you can take December end. That's 100% with no doubt of minute. జనవరి ఫస్ట్కి 80% మీరు ఇంట్లోనే న్యూ ఇయర్ సెలబ్రేట్ చేస్తారు. పాసిబుల్ అయితే కంపెనీలో సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకుంటారు, ఎక్కడైతే చేయరు. చెప్పానమ్మా స్టార్టింగ్లో మీరు రాకముందు అదే చెప్పాను. అంటే గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్లో ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం ఉండి అందరికీ నో కనెక్షన్ ఎర్రర్ అనే సంథింగ్ ఏదో వస్తుంది. నేను మధ్యాహ్నం 3 కల్లా అప్లోడ్ చేస్తాను అని చెప్పాను. Chetan, in my system, IMDb output is limited to 1000 rows only. It is problem? No. Chetan, that is not a problem. Just here, Chetan, can you see my screen? Here you have to modify this one to no limit. Change this one to no limit. Maybe by default it was selected for you here 1000 rows. Just modify this. It's a column name with the primary key of the parent table or any column name. Any column name. But the values, if the both of them values are same only, there will be use. For example, you are trying to connect with something, but there is no use of that. Then waste of, right? Done. Done, guys. Thank you. Thank you all.